Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 3 already of our online 12-week speech. I wanted to walk us through what we're doing this week and give you a little bit of detail on informative speaking. So 2 weeks from now, during week 5, you are going to be posting both your video to the discussion board and your outline to me of speech number 1. Speech number 1 is pretty open-ended, person, place, thing, concept, so very broad. But your purpose for this speech is to inform your audience. And there's a difference between informative speaking and persuasive speaking. So when you are informing, you are not trying to sway your audience's opinion. You are simply laying out information and they get the choice on how they receive it. When you're persuading an audience, you are trying to give solid information, but you're trying to change a behavior, a thought system, a belief system. You are trying to influence how they do things. Informative is just, here's your information, do with it what you will. Now you're more knowledgeable. So think about how you craft your language and be leery of using too many persuasive style of words or phrases. Keep it informative. Pretend that you are the teacher, that you are teaching us something. The other thing to consider is that you are hopefully picking topics that you're either knowledgeable about, you have a passion for, or that you are curious about and want to do some more research on, or that you are picking topics that you think your audience should know, would benefit from knowing. You always want to keep your audience in mind when you pick your topics, because it's not just you presenting information, it's you trying to bestow upon your audience more knowledge. So I have heard from a few of you that have sent me topic ideas, and I welcome those emails. If you want to shoot something by me, I'm happy to give you some feedback on the topic selection. So just remember, inform versus persuade. So I'm going to pop up the Blackboard. Okay. I'm going to see if this works again, because sometimes it doesn't always share properly if there are multiple windows open. All right, let's see if this works. If not, I'll record this again. So your first week, as I mentioned, your first speech you are posting 2 weeks from now. So this week you're starting to craft your outline. In all the speeches that you do, you start by writing it first. And it is traditionally done in the form of an outline. And I've pasted a rough draft of an outline here. For a speech of this length, you are likely not going to have more than 3 points. If you find yourself wanting to do more than 3 points, think about how you can either narrow the scope of your topic or eliminate some of the detail that you're including. And for this week, you are, number 1, beginning to think about your topic if you haven't already. I have a video posted here of the Learning Commons tour. The Learning Commons is located on the La Crosse campus. It is in the Academic Success Building, which is where the library is on the 2nd floor. And in the Learning Commons, we have tutors who help with math, with English and speech, with computer issues. There's a computer lab there, and there are tutors throughout, private study rooms, great space to hang out, lots of nice natural light. They usually have treats. It's fun to hang there. So watch that. You are reading a couple chapters on how to outline. There are different outline options, and I'm not super picky about how you outline, whether you want to do the traditional Roman numeral, but I do want to be able to see the components of your speech. So I want to see in the introduction that you have an attention getter, that you are relating to your audience or giving some background or stating your credibility, and that you have a thesis statement. For this particular speech, your thesis is going to talk about this subject that you're speaking about and your stance on it, what you want us to take away from that information. And then again, 2 to 3 main points with sufficient evidence in all of those points to support your thesis statement. You are required to do some research for this one. And when you do research for a speech, you need to verbally signal when you're using other sources. So when you write an essay, you use those in-text or parenthetical citations so that your reader knows these are somebody else's ideas or words. When you're publicly speaking, you have to verbally signal. So saying something like, according to the Centers for Disease Control, the death rate of COVID sufferers in the United States has surpassed 1 million. I don't know the specific number, but I know we passed 1 million a couple months ago. And so you have signaled to your audience, this is information that I left up. That does a couple of things. It keeps you safe from plagiarizing, and it also increases your credibility because, or your ethos. Your audience then knows that you've done your research, you're citing a trustworthy source, and you have verbally signaled where the information is coming from. So that is one part of it. The other part of it is then citing your source in MLA or APA format in your outline that you give to me. I use the outline as I watch your speeches just to see if you're sticking to your content, if your structure is solid, and I use it to grade the content because after I watch, I think there are over 50 of you in this class. After I watch all of the speeches, sometimes everything blurs together and I need a reminder of what everybody has written and how it's put together. So in the body of your, or in the bottom of your outline that you submit to me, which is your speech, you will then fully cite your sources. So you'd find the page of the CDC where you found that stat, and you would cite, if there's an author, page title, who published it, the date it was published. The OWL, O-W-L, at Purdue, P-U-R-D-U-E, is a great website for help with citing sources, as are the tutors and in the learning comments. If you don't have time or space in your life to come to campus physically, there are tutors who respond via the Zoom room. There's a Zoom link that I've linked in Blackboard that you can hop in on Zoom and ask for some help. Or there's also the online writing center, which is a form that you just click, attach your assignment details, attach your draft, and they will give you feedback. And I get emails for those, so I know when you've done that. So those are some things to start thinking about. This will be the rough draft version this week. And you are then also reading a chapter on informative speaking. So again, informative speaking is somewhat different than persuasive, and it's different than the final speech that you do, which is more of a special occasion speech or a tribute speech. I'm also asking that you contribute your topics to the discussion board so that we can see what other people are thinking. Sometimes the hardest part of getting started on any project is just picking a topic that you like. And sometimes if you're struggling, seeing what other people are doing can be really helpful. So that is week 3. And if you do want to run something by me concerning a topic, please do so. You can email me and I am pretty good at responding as quickly as I can. And I look forward to looking at what you're thinking about doing your topics on. Have a great week, everyone, and hopefully we will get some actual sunshine soon. Take care.